The automotive world is flooded with SUVs these days: compact, mid-size, full-size, luxury, off-roaders. The acronym SUV itself has become so overused that it sometimes loses its meaning. Amid this, when Land Rover introduces something like the Defender Octa, the claim is bold. This is not just another SUV, this is a tank for the road. The name Octa hints at something powerful, geometrically strong, and multifaceted. Built upon the legendary Defender DNA, this model attempts to bridge two worlds that often stand apart: the rugged reliability of a true off-roader and the sophistication of a luxury highway cruiser. If traditional SUVs are versatile, the Defender Octa wants to stretch that definition to the extreme. But does it succeed? To answer that, we need to examine not just how it looks, but what it stands for and how it positions itself in the automotive hierarchy. Design philosophy: the modern tank. At first glance, the Defender Octa strikes you with its sheer presence. The vehicle doesn't just sit on the road, it occupies space with a kind of military precision. This isn't an accident, it's a deliberate design philosophy. Boxy proportions: unlike the rounded, coupe-like crossovers flooding the luxury market, the Octa embraces the Defender's boxy heritage. Straight lines, squared edges, and upright pillars give it a no-nonsense stance. This recalls the utilitarian Land Rovers of old while still feeling modern. Muscular stance, wide wheel arches, chunky tires, and a high bonnet line reinforce the impression of strength. The Octa looks like it could drive straight through a wall without a scratch. Modern ruggedness: LED matrix headlights, sleek flush door handles, and clean surfacing make it contemporary. It balances ruggedness with refinement, more military fortress than delicate luxury sculpture. When compared to rivals, the Mercedes G-Wagon feels more about status symbolism, though it shares the boxy silhouette. The Jeep Wrangler is more playful, adventurous, but less premium. The Toyota Land Cruiser is functional and capable, but lacks the same design drama. The Defender Octa positions itself as a fusion of military-grade robustness with luxury appeal, build quality, and engineering DNA. Calling it a tank implies more than just aesthetics. It suggests substance beneath the surface. The Defender Octa delivers here too. Chassis and construction: instead of the old-school body-on-frame, Land Rover has moved toward a stiff monocoque chassis for the new Defender line. But in the Octa, reinforcement levels are on another scale. High-strength aluminum and steel sections are designed to absorb punishment both on tarmac and rough terrain. Durability focus: doors shut with a reassuring thud, the underbody is heavily protected, and water sealing ensures deep wading capability. You don't get the impression of delicate machinery. It feels like it was engineered to last decades in hostile environments. Weight management: despite its massive proportions, engineering efforts in lightweight materials help manage its bulk. It still weighs a lot, but weight distribution is balanced to avoid clumsiness in handling. Safety engineering: modern SUVs often chase NCAP stars for consumer trust. Here, safety goes beyond crash test scores. The Octa feels like a fortress where passive safety, build toughness, meets active safety, ADAS, electronics. The combination of engineering refinement and brute toughness is why enthusiasts are already calling it more than just an SUV. It's not about being flashy, it's about being formidable. Market positioning: who is it competing with? To understand the Octa's role, we must look at its competition. The premium off-road SUV segment is surprisingly narrow. Mercedes-Benz G-Class, G63 AMG in particular, iconic, luxurious, outrageously powerful, but also extremely expensive, often out of reach for many. Toyota Land Cruiser LC300, legendary durability, global appeal, more subtle design, less flashy technology compared to Europeans. Jeep Wrangler Rubicon, adventure-focused, open-top fun, less luxurious, more recreational. The Defender Octa aims to sit between the G-Class and the Land Cruiser. More affordable, relatively, and modern than the G-Wagon. More premium and high-tech than the Land Cruiser. More practical and global in appeal than the Wrangler. In short, it's a multi-role vehicle. The adventurous could use it for off-road escapades, while urban buyers might see it as a prestige-laden luxury statement. That dual identity is exactly why Land Rover markets it as beyond a regular SUV. Road presence, emotional impact. Car reviews often focus on horsepower, features, or comfort. But the first impression any vehicle creates, the turnaround factor, is equally critical. The Octa, much like the G-Wagon, makes people stop and stare. It's tall, wide, and intimidating, yet it isn't vulgar. Where some SUVs look aggressive for aggression's sake, the Octa feels purposeful. Its lines don't scream, they command. On Indian roads, where size itself creates status, the Defender Octa will naturally stand out. Yet it also fits into European and American tastes where authenticity in design is valued. The Defender Octa's first big win is in its philosophy and design positioning. It has carved out a niche as a luxury tank that refuses to compromise its off-road credibility. Its boxy, muscular design communicates toughness, while the engineering underneath ensures that the toughness is real, not just cosmetic. In an era where many SUVs are drifting towards fancy hatchbacks on stilts, the Defender Octa reasserts what an SUV should mean: strength, durability, and versatility. When a vehicle is marketed as a tank, its engine has to live up to the claim. The Defender Octa doesn't disappoint. Land Rover equips it with high-output petrol and diesel options, depending on market. But the star is the V8 petrol that churns out towering horsepower and torque figures. Engine options: petrol V8, raw, muscular, tuned for performance enthusiasts. Mild hybrid inline 6, more balanced, offering decent efficiency while still plenty capable. Diesel options in certain markets for long-distance cruising and torque-heavy performance. Transmission: an 8-speed automatic gearbox ensures smooth shifts on highways and precise control during off-roading. It's mated to Land Rover's signature all-wheel drive system with advanced differential management. Numbers that matter: 0-100 km/h in 5 seconds, V8. Top speed crossing 200 km/h, which is staggering for a vehicle of this size. Torque in the 600-700 Nm range, translating to brutal pulling power. In simpler terms, it's not just powerful on paper, it feels powerful. Whether overtaking on highways or crawling through rocky slopes, the Octa rarely feels strained. Off-road capabilities, true tank credentials. This is where the Octa separates itself from poser SUVs. Plenty of modern luxury SUVs advertise rugged looks, but few are engineered for genuine off-road punishment. The Defender Octa is ground clearance. Adaptive air suspension can raise the SUV dramatically, allowing clearance upwards of 290 mm. That's high enough to glide over boulders most cars would be stuck on. Approach: departure brake over angles. Approach 38 degrees. Departure 40 degrees. Brake over 28 degrees. These angles are comparable to hardcore off-roaders like the Wrangler Rubicon, proving the Octa is not bluffing. Wading depth. One of the Defender Octa's most impressive stats is its ability to wade through almost 900 mm of water. That's close to a meter, essentially crossing rivers without hesitation. Terrain Response DO system, a signature Land Rover feature. This electronically adapts the drivetrain, throttle, and suspension for sand, snow, rocks, or mud. Unlike old-school manual locking systems, this system makes off-roading accessible even to non-experts. Differentials low-range gearbox, equipped with locking center and rear differentials plus a low-range gearbox. The Octa can distribute torque precisely, clawing its way out of slippery slopes or deep mud. In real-world scenarios, Be it Rajasthan's desert dunes, Himalayan trails, or European alpine routes, the Octa has the arsenal to dominate. On-road behavior, the luxury tank. Rugged off-roaders often struggle on highways, but the Defender Octa manages to deliver refinement alongside toughness. Ride comfort. Thanks to the adaptive air suspension, bumps and potholes are absorbed with surprising grace. In comfort mode, the Octa glides like a luxury sedan despite its size. Handling. Naturally, it can't match the corner-carving precision of a BMW X-Punch or Porsche Cayenne. But for its height and weight, body roll is well controlled. Steering is weighted perfectly for city maneuvering and highway cruising. Braking, massive disc brakes with electronic aids inspire confidence. Despite weighing well over 2.5 tons, the Octa can shed speed quickly and safely. NVH levels, noise, vibration, harshness. The cabin is eerily silent at cruising speeds. Double-glazed windows and insulation make wind and road noise negligible. Only under heavy throttle does the V8 roar remind you of its power. For Indian cities with chaotic traffic and broken roads, the Octa is overkill yet oddly perfect. It shrugs off bad infrastructure while pampering passengers in luxury. Technology features the modern edge. Luxury buyers today demand tech sophistication as much as mechanical performance. The Defender Octa delivers a near-futuristic experience inside. Infotainment connectivity. A large PV Pro touchscreen over 11 inches with crisp graphics. Wireless Android Auto and Apple CarPlay. Over-the-air software updates, meaning the car evolves with time. Driver displays. Fully digital instrument cluster with customizable layouts. Head-up display projecting speed, navigation, and warnings onto the windshield. ADAS, Advanced Driver Assistance Systems. Adaptive cruise control with stop and go. Lane keep assist, blind spot monitoring. 360-degree surround cameras with off-road views, including an underbody camera that shows the terrain beneath the SUV, hugely useful for rock crawling. Autonomous emergency braking and pedestrian detection. Luxury features. Premium leather upholstery or sustainable material alternatives. Ventilated and massaging seats. 4-zone climate control. Panoramic sunroof for an airy feel. Meridian surround sound system with crystal clear audio. Off-road tech editions. Real-time torque distribution graphics. Configurable off-road drive modes. Hill descent and ascent control. This dual personality, luxury limo on the inside, military-grade tank on the outside, is what makes the Octa special. Everyday usability, living with the Octa. Now comes the critical question. Can one live with the Defender Octa as a daily driver? Or is it simply too much machine for everyday life? City driving, its size is intimidating in narrow streets, but high seating gives excellent visibility. Cameras and sensors help reduce parking anxiety. Highway cruising, perhaps its natural habitat. The Octa is rock solid at triple-digit speeds, overtakes with ease, and offers fatigue-free long-distance comfort. Fuel efficiency. Here lies the compromise. Expect single-digit kilometer L figures from the V8 in Indian conditions. The 6-cylinder mild hybrid improves things somewhat, but efficiency is not this vehicle's selling point. Reliability maintenance. Land Rover historically had mixed reliability reputations. However, recent years have seen major improvements. Still, complex electronics mean maintenance will be costly. Service network, India limited compared to Toyota or Jeep, but premium buyers often factor this in when choosing. Service intervals are long, and extended warranty packages are available. In short, yes, you can use the Octa every day, especially if you live in a metro with wide roads. But owning it is as much an emotional decision as a practical one. The Defender Octa proves its claim. It is genuinely more than an SUV. Its performance, both off-road and on-road, blends tank-like toughness with luxury sedan comfort. On the performance side, the Octa's engines deliver exhilarating power while maintaining composure. On the off-road side, it has few rivals. Its water-wading, angels, and electronics make it nearly unstoppable. On the luxury side, the cabin tech and comfort match German flagships. The compromises are predictable: fuel economy, sheer size, and maintenance costs. But buyers in this segment aren't looking for thriftiness. They're looking for presence, ability, and prestige. And in those metrics, the Defender Octa excels. Owning a Defender Octa is not just about driving a machine. It's about how it fits into your lifestyle. Unlike performance sports cars, which are thrilling but impractical, the Octa is designed to be lived with. Cabin space. The Octa offers a commanding seating position for the driver with excellent all-round visibility. The front and second row seats are wide, supportive, and generously cushioned for long journeys. A third row option exists in some versions, but it's best for kids or short-distance adult use. Boot space. With all rows up, space is moderate, but fold the rear seats and it turns cavernous. Perfect for camping gear, weekend getaways, or even business equipment. Ingress-egress. Thanks to adjustable suspension, the Octa can lower itself for easier entry and exit, particularly useful in urban settings or for older passengers. Comfort in long journeys. Ergonomic seating, 4-zone climate control, and whisper-quiet insulation make road trips feel effortless. Even after hours behind the wheel, fatigue levels are minimal compared to traditional off-roaders. In Indian conditions, where SUVs often double up as family vehicles, the Octa scores highly. It is large but usable, luxurious but rugged. Usability in Indian roads conditions. India is a unique test for any luxury SUV. Roads can range from glass-smooth highways to crater-filled city streets, from monsoon floods to Himalayan inclines. The Defender Octa is one of the few that can handle all of these without breaking a sweat. Urban traffic. Its width makes lane squeezing tricky, but cameras and sensors help. Rural roads, bad patches, waterlogging, or mud, the Octa powers through while others get stranded. Highways, possibly its strongest point. It munches miles effortlessly and gives the driver supreme confidence. Extreme terrain. Whether it's sand dunes in Rajasthan or icy slopes in Kashmir, the Octa feels purpose-built. This versatility means buyers don't have to think twice. Whether it's school runs, business meetings, or adventure trails, the Octa adapts. Maintenance running costs. Luxury comes at a price, and with the Octa, ownership costs must be acknowledged. Fuel economy. Expect 6-9 km L depending on engine and conditions. Long highway runs might stretch slightly higher, but city traffic will hit efficiency hard. Maintenance. Regular servicing is expensive compared to Toyota or Jeep rivals. However, extended service plans and warranties help cushion surprises. Spare parts service centers. Land Rover's network is limited compared to Mass Bratza, but growing steadily in metro cities. Rural areas may require long trips for servicing. In short, it's not an economical choice. But buyers in this bracket rarely make decisions based on rupee per kilometer math. Pricing value proposition. The Defender Octa doesn't come cheap, but pricing is crucial to its positioning. In India, depending on configuration and options, it competes with the Mercedes G-Class, Toyota Land Cruiser, and Heinz Jeep Wrangler variants. Globally, it undercuts the G-Wagon while offering comparable luxury and better off-road sophistication. Against the Land Cruiser, it justifies its premium with more advanced technology and modern appeal. So, is it worth the money? For buyers seeking the ultimate all-rounder, one that can take them to a 5-star hotel lobby as confidently as it can scale a mountain, the Octa's price is justified. It's not cheap, but it's not meant to be. Target buyer persona. The Defender Octa is not for everyone. Its target buyers fall into distinct categories: adventure enthusiasts, those who actually use off-road capability. They will love the Octa's ruggedness and advanced terrain systems. Luxury buyers, those who want a status symbol different from the usual G-Wagon or Range Rover. The Octa stands out because of its functional toughness. Families with taste for adventure, those who want a comfortable family car but also dream of road trips and expeditions. Corporate leaders, celebrities. For them, the Octa signals power, prestige, and individuality. It is not for someone who values mileage or low running costs. It's a statement of intent, not frugality. Strengths, weaknesses. Strengths: outstanding off-road capability, luxury level cabin and tech, road presence that commands respect, versatility, from city to jungle to desert, unique identity in a crowded SUV market. Weaknesses: expensive to buy and maintain. Large size can be intimidating in tight spaces. Fuel efficiency is poor. Limited service reach compared to Toyota or Jeep. Final verdict: SUV or tank? The Land Rover Defender Octa proves that modern vehicles can wear multiple hats without compromise. It's as comfortable pampering its passengers on a smooth expressway as it is storming through rugged mountain passes. Calling it a tank isn't just marketing, it's a fair description. Few vehicles combine this level of toughness with such polish. If the G-Wagon is a flashy celebrity SUV and the Land Cruiser is a no-nonsense workhorse, the Defender Octa sits proudly in the middle. A luxury tank built for real-world extremes. For those who can afford it, it's more than just a car, it's a lifestyle statement.